Hey Saints, this video is going to teach you about searching CloudSource and EBSCO. And the goals for this video, we're going to learn what exactly EBSCO and CloudSource are, how to log in from off campus, how to search both of the databases and find full text articles and some search strategies, what peer review is, adjusting dates to find the best articles, saving the articles, and most importantly, citing the articles for your paper. So the question is, what exactly are EBSCO and CloudSource? They are databases that the SCCC library subscribes to that contain journal articles and ebooks. And you're going to use these for your classes when writing papers or looking up information for research projects. You may think that it's easier to search in Google, and it probably is, but you're going to need to search these databases to find the research that is going to be accepted by your instructors. So how do you get to these databases? From www.sccc.edu, we're going to go to the Academics tab and then click on Library. That brings us to the library website. All of our online resources are right here. Now, if you're on campus or using campus Wi-Fi, you're going to be able to just click and get on right away. If you're off campus, you may need a password. This password is not your SCCC ID, so it's not going to be your first name dot your last name, but it's a special password. I'm going to attach the passwords to where this video is so that you can get on if you're coming in from off campus. So let's go and click on EBSCO, and that's going to bring us to this page. So EBSCO is a whole bunch of databases put together. Unless you know a specific database, we're going to click select all and then click continue, and it's going to search everything that we have access to. So for example, I want to do a paper on climate change. So in the search box, I'm going to type in climate change and click search. We're probably going to get way too many results. We get over 1 million results, which is too many for us right now. So I'm going to go to these limiters on the left, and I'm going to limit by full text. And when I'm doing that, it means that I can see the entire full text right now for the article. Okay. I also know that I want peer reviewed. So peer review is a process to say whether or not an article or manuscript is good enough to be published. And so independent researchers in the field of the article are going to assess it and say whether or not it is valid and significant and original enough to be published. So it's kind of an extra step that a good article or a good author will take in order to show that their article is valid. After clicking on full text and peer reviewed, we still have 84,000 results. So that's a lot. I can also select by date, and I can slide, or I can also enter in if I have a specific date. So I want to do 2020 to 2022. I only want the newest stuff. And I still get 13,000 results. I probably don't want to look through all of these. It's too much still. So I want to refine my search a little. EBSCO is really good and easy to do that by using something called Boolean operators. And there are 3 different Boolean operators that we're going to learn about today: and, or, and not. This is how Boolean operators work. If I do something and, I'm only going to get this little slice here. So if I choose cats and dogs, only articles that contain both cats and dogs are going to be shown. If I use or, so cats or dogs, all the articles that are just about cats, all the articles that are just about dogs, and all of the articles about cats and dogs are going to be there. If I choose cats, not dogs, I just get this sliver. So if it mentions cats and dogs together, I don't get those. So exclusively cat articles. I'm going to attach this worksheet to the page with this video so that you can look over it a little slower if you need to. So climate change, and we're going to do and to narrow down our results. Climate change and sea level. And let's do this, and sea level rise, and see what we get now. So now we have 215 articles, which is more manageable. So I'm going to look through, and I find one, the title catches my eyes. I'm going to look at the abstract. An abstract is a short description of the article, and it does give spoilers, so it'll tell you exactly what the article is about. Here are some other subjects that I might want to investigate further, but I like this one. So I'm going to click on PDF full text. Now in EBSCO, some of them come PDF, some of them come HTML, some of them come both. This one is only PDF, and so I can see the entire article. Here I can download it. I can print it, and remember, SCCC students have free access to a printer in the library. Or I can also save it, and I can save it to Google Drive. Here, I can also email the article to myself by clicking on this envelope icon. I put in my email address here, and I want to send it as a PDF, but I also want to change my citation format to whatever my instructor wants. And so there are different citation formats. Check your assignment or ask your instructor if you don't. Popular ones on campus are MLA, APA, or Chicago. Once I have that all in, I click the send button and it'll send it to you. One of the most important buttons on EBSCO is this one. It's the golden paper button. And when I click that, I can get the citation format. So it is a lot easier to take your citation right when you access the article, and then at the end kind of cull your list and take out the ones that you didn't do, rather than have to go back and find the citation later. And I always say, just because you can find it now doesn't mean you'll be able to find it later. So I scroll down. For example, if I'm using APA, I click this, I copy it into my Google Doc or Word document and paste it in. It's all there, easy to do now rather than come back later. So I got my citation, I got my article. Now I'm going to go back and see what else I can find. Result list will take me back to my results. And I find another one that's interesting. I can look at my descriptors, and when I click on it, it will search for that word. But remember, you're going to have to click on full text and peer reviewed and change your limiters again. So suppose you find a article that you like, but it's not full text. The SCCC library can get the article for you, but it's going to take a week. So if you're doing your paper at the last minute, we won't have time. It's through a process called interlibrary loan, and to get to it, go to the library's website, and right here under additional resources is the interlibrary loan. If you are doing a magazine or journal article, you're going to need a lot more information, so saving that citation again is important because it'll all be there. If you have any questions about how to order an article from a database that isn't full text, just contact the library. So that's how to use EBSCO. CloudSource is another general database, and by general it means that there are lots of different subjects contained in it. So there's history, science, humanities, all different subjects. So I'm going to show you a quick search in CloudSource. It's very similar, and you're going to be doing a lot of the same things. So we are going to search for evolution. The filters on CloudSource are on the left-hand column, and you can filter by format, journal, publication date, and make sure to hit that include button, whether or not it's peer-reviewed, and so on. And I want peer-reviewed. I'm going to include peer-reviewed. CloudSource is an open educational resource, which means that anybody can access it and stuff isn't hidden behind a paywall. So I'm going to choose one that looks good, evolution and reflection. Here's a brief description. To get to it, we've got to click on view resource, and there it is. It's kind of too short. I don't really like it. I'm not going to use that one. Let's look at this one. This one might be a little longer. I can click on these tabs above and I I get part of the abstract. Some of them download, some of them link to HTML. This one downloaded. So this one's microbial genetics and evolution. Good. I think I want this one. So I am going to email it to myself. I can email it, enter my email, send the email. I also want to get my citation. And so CloudSource is set up to give you an MLA, an APA, or a Chicago citation. And so there's the APA. I'm going to copy and paste that into my paper. To use the booleans here, I can just type a capital and or a capital or evolution humans. Once you get your results, you're going to have to redo your filters. This was a lot of information and just a brief overview of the databases. If you have questions, ask your instructor or come to the library. We're available for help, to give you searching tips, to help you find the citations, to print your articles if you need it. If you have any questions, just stop by the library. Thanks.